Today, the goddess elevates the old staple of gruel to a new level. This isn't the Charles Dickens version. What was once a form of cereal grain cooked to oblivion in milk or water and bland as cardboard is now a delicious mix that will have you salivating like a dragon over a recently roasted knight. Today, it's chicken gruel, and you're watching The Gamer Gourmet with Goddess Estrella.
Okay. Alright, welcome to this episode of Gamer Gourmet. We're going to be making chicken gruel today. In the kitchen with me today is my wonderful nephew and new assistant, Austin. If you like his performance today, leave a comment and we might invite him back. Otherwise, well, we'll just relegate him to the dungeon again. Well, keep chopping. Alright. Now, Austin's chopping up the heads of some green onions for me, and I've got 2 cups of rice in the pot here. I'm going to add 4 cups of water, and we're going to get this going. Chicken gruel is a rice dish, and some people might get a little intimidated by rice. Don't be. I mean, it's pretty easy going for you.
Yep.
Now, it's simple ratio. 2 cups for every 1 cup of rice. You're going to do 2 cups of water. So for our rice today, we're going to have 4 cups. Okay. Now we get this on high. Once this hits a boil, we're going to take it. We're going to take it down to a. We're going to cut the heat back and cover. And Austin's doing a very nice job of cutting these onions for us. For some of you who have seen my show before, you might notice a lack of noise behind the camera. Puchosaurus Rex is no longer my cameraman. Instead, we have my oldest nephew and such a dear heart, Justin. Say hi, Justin.
Hey.
Now, I need to make those cuts a little smaller, Bob. Right? There you go. Okay. This is going to take a few minutes to come to a boil, but you know, as I said, once it does, we're going to clamp the lid on and go from there. Now, as I said, rice gruel or chicken gruel is a rice dish. It consists of 3 components: chicken, rice, and gravy. Now, because I'm trying to be healthier these days, we're adding a bit more vegetation. Vegetation not only adds flavor, but added nutritional value. And that's one of the purposes that we have here at Gamer Gourmet, is we're trying to promote healthier eating for gamers. So, you know, the fat guy with acne living in his mother's basement is no longer a stereotype. Although fat chance there. Sorry, us nerds have it bad. Okay. Now, Austin, if you will get to work on slicing some mushrooms for me. Okay. Okay. Now he's such a little dear. I can show him once, and he can just motor on his own. Okay. See the stem? Yep. Cut it. Pinch grip. Now you will notice I'm a lefty. Austin is basically learning this backwards because he's a righty. This is gonna be fun to watch.
Righty or backwards.
That's the problem with righty to southpaw has a problem with. Okay, now Austin, I need at least half that container.
Half?
Yes. All right. Or he can just directly copy Aunt Sarah. And here you can see the joy of cooking with a younger family member. Because if you know a few cool tricks in the kitchen, you can teach them, and they're going to love learning. Aren't they, Austin?
Yes.
And he's not saying that under any coercement. Our rice is boiling. Clamp the lid on. Reduce the heat by half. And time for 20 minutes. Now, while Austin finishes chopping up my mushrooms and our rice finishes cooking, we're going to use a little TV magic to hurry everything up, so give us just a few minutes. Okay, it's been 7 minutes or so, and Austin is just finishing up our vegetation. Now, hasn't he done a lovely job? Okay, so alright, we've got our veggies prepped, we've got our rice going. Next thing we're going to have to work on is the chicken. Because this is a chicken dish after all. First, we need to get this eye going and move our rice from here to here because I need that big eye. Now. Oh. We gotta wait for that to completely heat. Because we don't want to go from hot pan to cold eye. It'll stop this rice cooking. So we want to go hot pan to hot eye. Because it's going from a hot eye. And because I'm using an electric range here, I can, it's not like, a gas range where I turn on instant flame, it's all hot. Now we gotta kind of judge it, so it's about right. And there we go. Now, got a non-stick skillet here, and
Spray that real
give
good.
it a spray with my olive oil blend. I actually do my own olive oil blend, which is regular olive oil mixed 50-50 with some vegetable oil. It gives it a bit longer shelf life around here. And if I want to use just pure olive oil, I'll use pure olive oil. Now, we've got a package of thighs, courtesy of Food City. And these look lovely, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Let me take care of your cup.
Want a refill?
Not right now. Alright. Actually, I really shouldn't have any more than that tonight because it's gonna kill my blood sugar. So now we've got 6 thighs here. Now you gauge how many people you're serving as to how many thighs you use. We're serving more than 2 people use 3 to 4 thighs. 4 people, you're gonna use 4 or 5 thighs. I'm gonna be feeding 4 people plus maybe plus 2, so we're gonna use this whole package of 6.
Right.
Now, get a little bit of. I know I have a salt shaker somewhere. Okay, grab me the pepper. And then you go ask your Uncle Trevor where he put the salt.
Where's the salt at?
Right there behind the big house.
Okay. Now, this is bone-in chicken. By the time it gets in the gruel, it's not gonna be on the bone. But cooking it on the bone adds some wonderful flavor that we don't want to miss out on. Right?
Right.
So, got a hot pan. I'm going to put this skin side down. Now, for those of you who love chicken skin, I know there are those out there who do. After you're done cooking, you can peel off the skin, maybe crisp it up a little bit more in the pan, and then serve it as cracklings. I know there's more than one party in this house who loves it when I do that. But at this point, I just want the flavor from the skin in the pan. I don't need the skin itself in the dish. Now, again, this is going to take a little bit of time to do, so a bit of TV magic. We've taken our rice off the heat. It's sitting here on a cool eye, waiting for us to add the meat and the sauce. Now, the chicken has browned in the skillet here, but it needs a little bit more to finish it off, so we can peel it off the bone and add it to the gruel. So what we're going to do is we're going to fish this out of the pan onto a
Come in a little bit closer away,
with a wire rack. And we're going to throw these into a 350 degree oven to finish cooking. It's going to take us about 15-20 minutes to finish the chicken off. And in you go, little guy. Not much to see there.
Yeah, reach.
Okay, now.
Sorry, I had to reach.
Okay, now, you see we got some lovely rendering from the chicken. So, to that we're going to add our veggies. Onion, and first the green onion.
Yeah, comments, just post me on Facebook.
Now we do need to add a little bit of salt. We're going to put that salt. And now you can add the mushrooms, Austin. And you see I'm currently opting for tongs here, but I'm going to probably switch over to a spoon or something here shortly. That doesn't go in till later. And also, while we were gone, I had Austin chop up a bit of parsley for us. Interesting little tip for your parsley: don't store it in the fridge. When you get a fresh bunch from the store, find you a little glass or something, fill it with some water, and stick your bunch of parsley down in there. These leaves are still alive, and they'll continue to feed off the water, and it'll keep it nice and bright for you.
Yep, it does too.
Or you can just grow your own, like I'm growing my own mint. Now, we're going to saute these down in the chicken fat. I am going to crush up a couple of cloves of garlic in my mortar and pestle and add that to this. Because my darling husband Trevor loves loves that garlicky flavor, don't you, dear?
Yes, I do.
And as one of the primary people who get to eat my creations, I like to please my audience.
Yep.
Now, I've already got some peeled garlic cloves in here. These are I bought whole garlic. I bought whole garlic, peeled it, just threw it in a container, and keep it in the fridge. That way it is ready to go anytime I need it. Where's my mortar? Now, folks, if you're not familiar with this is what you call a mortar and pestle. This is what you do when you want to get medieval on something in the kitchen. Whether it's using the mortar, the bottom of the mortar to tenderize a steak, or the mortar and pestle combination to beat the ever-living crap out of some garlic.
I love this part, though.
So just give a garlic a rough chop. Austin, hand me the salt. This is also the big advantage to having an assistant in the kitchen. He can watch the... Just to add a little salt in there to add as an abrasive to help with the garlic. Start with a pounding motion. Start crushing the garlic up. It'll start forming a paste. And if you're one of these people who knows who's familiar with making bar drinks, this is very similar to how you would muddle something in a glass, but I'm being a little more rough with it than you would for muddling because, well, this is marble, not glass. Once we've got the pounding down, we switch to a scrape and swirl method. And literally, folks, I am making garlic paste. And as my camera person and assistant could attest, this is very fragrant.
Yep.
Now, you see our paste is formed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to scoop this out of here and into the skillet. Spatulas. There we go. We're basically just taking a baby spoonula and digging this out of here. Just adding that straight to the pan. And we're talking holy moly garlicky goodness. Now we've got our vegetables pretty well cooked down. We're going to add two more things to this pan to make this gravy slash sauce. One is a can of creamy mushroom soup, and the other one, you're going to laugh at me, but this works, I swear to you, and you'll find this in the pantry, Austin. Poultry gravy mix. Now, yes, I can make a gravy from scratch. Middle shelf, right in front of you. Right in front of your hand. Over. Nope, that's raisins. That's tea. It's right in front of you. Are looking over the top of it to play with the nori.
This one.
That's nori. It's in a canister.
This one.
Yes. Oh gosh. And who says working with kids isn't entertaining? So. Sprinkle a little bit of this in here. We'll let this mingle in with the chicken drippings that we've already used. And with the veggies. Actually, hand that back. I may need a little bit more. Now, you don't have to use the same brand of mushroom soup that I'm using. You can use whatever brand you want. Throw that in the trash. Now, this is going to cook down for a little bit while the chicken finishes cooking. Once the chicken finishes, we're going to pull it out, pull the chicken off the bone, add it to the sauce, and then pour everything into the rice, stir it up, and we're going to have a great dish. We're about to pull our chicken out of the oven. And we're adding one final touch to our sauce, which is browned up very nicely. Now we're going to add the parsley. Just dump it in there. Parsley gives, is a nice counterpoint to the garlic, and plus it's also, just a nice bit of green in there. Also, I hear it helps with fresh bread. So.
Here we are pulling our chicken, which smells good. Set right down.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to try to pull this chicken, the skin off the chicken, because this does not go in
The recipe.
this does not go in the gruel. We're going to move this off our cutting board. And yes, this is the same cutting board that we use for the veggies, but I'm not really concerned with the cross-contamination here because the veggies raw, chicken is cooked, but it's all going in the same pot, so I ain't that worried. Totally different if it was raw veggies and the raw chicken and but and because this is piping hot out of the oven, I'm not dare touching this with my bare hand. While yes, I do have a slight heat tolerance, my hands are not fireproof. This is not going straight into the pot with the rice. This is first going into the sauce. Let everything mingle, get coated, and then we pour from this. We pour the sauce and the chicken into the rice. We stir it up. We let everything melt together. And then these tongs are not the best thing to use, so
Yeah, tongs are not good to use.
get a meat fork. Now, isn't that pretty chicken? Nice, juicy, cooked through. Pieces of chicken that go into the gruel do not have to be even by any stretch of the imagination. Roughly the same size is generally what you want to shoot for. And I know that this does not look the most appetizing. It's not gonna, this is not gonna look like a 5-star meal. Not meant to. This is called, I've got people coming and I want to feed them something good and good tasting. And they're not really going to care about presentation. This one, and yeah, sometimes I'll say, yeah, here, I'll show you the pretty way. Not this one. I'm not interested in pretty today. Are you guys interested in pretty, or are you just interested in tasty?
Tasty.
What about you?
Tasting.
Ow. Hot? Yes, very. See, there's a certain point you just have to grab the bone, rip off what rest of meat is on there, and just put it in there. Down to the last thigh. And these have cooled off somewhat, so I'm manhandling with my bare hands because while my hands aren't fireproof, they can at least stand some heat. But still a little hot at the bone. Damn it!
And yes, we are enjoying this.
Almost.
Now you'll see that our sauce is definitely beefed up because of the addition of the chicken, which that's, as I said, our next step is, after I get this added and then wash my hands, is to add that to our white rice. Austin, just get everything covered in the sauce.
Stir it.
Oh, I'm trying to cover it and then I'm gonna stir it. Take that off.
Okay, we got our rice. Give me half a second here. We could grab a spoon. Now, need to break up this rice a touch. Get it loose. Now, we're going to very carefully add this to this. And I know it looks like it's not going to fit, but trust me, it will. You just have to do it in installments and don't hold that dripping spoon over the eye. This takes a little bit of muscle. Oh. I cleaned the stove top before we started, so we're good. Okay. Next installment of sauce. Pour it. Well, I didn't mean for all of it, but there we go. Put that in the sink. All right. Now, this will easily feed 4 to 8 people, depending on their waistlines or their appetites.
That's true.
Serve it up. You know, people can add additional salt and pepper if they need to. But, you know, really, I highly doubt you'll need to. As I said, it's not the prettiest dish you'll ever make, but it's one of the tastiest and most filling. I'm Goddess Estrella, and if you like it, leave a comment below. If you like Austin, leave a comment below. If you want to see Justin, leave a comment below. And if there's anything you want to see me cook, leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Later.